Hey guys, welcome into Talking Sports. My name is Savannah Vickery.
And I'm Taylor Russo.
And we're here today to talk about gender discrimination as a whole in the sports media domain. In this segment, we will discuss how women's sports, and more specifically how female athletes are portrayed by the media differently than that of men's, and how men's sports are portrayed.
As a female athlete, I think I can attest to this. I'm on the tennis team, so I see the differences between the men's and women's sports. And since I'm such a small sport, that I can see the differences that we are portrayed compared to men.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely an issue that needs to be addressed because it seems completely unfair that women's sports aren't exposed to the media as much as men's sports are.
Yeah, and I think one other example we can look at is between NCAA softball and baseball. Here we see that baseball has a lot more exposure and they have a lot more coverage, where softball isn't as exposed to the media like the men are. So softball's kind of pushed under the rug, whereas baseball's kind of in the limelight.
And I completely agree with that. And actually for this segment, we interviewed Shelly Poe, and she's the Assistant Athletics Director of Auburn Athletics. And I think she gave us some helpful insight on this issue as a whole.
So take a look.
You know, I think that it's fortunate that with the growth of women's sports, there's also growth of all different types of support roles for women in media, in coaching, in administration, and all these different things. And I think it just makes it a lot better that men and women can be involved in sport together. And really, you know, a talented athlete is a talented athlete. And the gender part is not as important as the success level and the quality of the competition and what the athlete is able to perform. And what I'm doing in public relations and media relations and that kind of thing is just really letting people know about athletes and teams and their successes, and you know, maybe they're setting records, maybe they're winning championships, different things like that. And that there's no difference between men and women. I mean, there may be a difference between tennis and golf, but there's not really a difference between the athletes that are playing it. So, you know, I think the media could change the culture in women's sports just by providing more coverage of it, more feature coverage of it, tell the stories of the people that are involved, and show how hard they're working to get to the level of success that they have.
Altogether, Taylor and I believe this is an issue that seriously needs to be addressed, because it seems completely unfair that, you know, women are putting in the same amount of effort and time into the sport that they're passionate about, and they're wanting to be successful just like men are. And it's not fair that they're not exposed to the media as much as men's sports are in general. And I think our overall goal for this video is to spark a conversation between sports journalists and the sports fanatics to hopefully destroy this stereotype.